What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are gonna have an in-car video. I'm actually heading towards Best Buy to pick up some things, and I need to go Walmart to pick up some cabinets and stuff, just to kind of organize all of my products a little bit better. While I'm driving there, as you guys can tell by the title, I still get a lot of questions to this day about my hatch, as in, like, do you regret selling it? Are you gonna build another one? Why'd you sell it? Your current car is trash, your EK was better, and all this, right? I love the hatch, but it came to a point where, for myself, I've hit a limit on that hatch, or that on the EK chassis. I wanted to do so many things, and I was able to accomplish it all and do it all thanks to you guys. I was just like, all right, you know what? I need to move on. And also, during that time when I sold my hatch, I had to pretty much just sell it just to move on in my life. But going back to, like, I've done everything to the hatch. I've done a built motor with built NA, and then built NA, of course, with ITBs. I barred a B16A2, and after I got it barred, I think that was like all I can do. And then the only thing I was missing was doing a full, like, K-swap, but I ended up learning how to do a K-swap on my brother's sedan, so that was already accomplished, because I mean it's the same chassis as EK chassis. So yeah, I did it all that, or did everything I can on the hatch. I ran every kit I can possibly think that I would run. So, like, if we had to go through, like, my whole parts list, I literally could, I feel like I could name everything for the most part at the top of my head. Those chassis are still, like, very dear to my heart. I still, like, love them. It's just I wouldn't build one as of right now, just due to, like, how expensive everything is. It just doesn't make any sense. I'd rather just build something else that's kind of more, I don't know, like, this car is a lot cheaper to build, but it is very limited on, like, specific parts. But the EK, if we had to start with the hood, I had just like a regular VIS Sabon carbon hood. I had a Spoon Sports Gen 1 hood, Jay's Racing hood. I had a Shift Sports hood. Those are, like, the main hoods I had. Now we had to talk about, like, lips. I had a Mugen for lip. I had Spoon Sports for lip, SR lip. I did have a first molding lip for a very short amount of time, but it was very big. Did not look good on the car. And then the rear lip, I had a Mugen rear lip, CTR OEM rear lip. And that was it. I had SR bumpers, went back to OEM bumpers. I did a wide fender setup with the TF Works, so I ran 17x9 plus 18 Regamasters in the front, slam, and was able to turn and drive. That car I've done a lot to. I did OEM Plus on the engine bay. Did it to the point where it's all, you know, like, tucked away with the C5 setup with ITBs. That was, like, one of the nicest, like, setups I've done, to be honest. Like, it literally looked like it was floating, especially with ITBs. You don't have an intake or anything. And I had the Speed Factory tuck radiator, and dude, that thing, I did a lot to it. And you can't be mad that I was able to, like, I did all that. So there was, like, no need for me to, like, keep that car anymore, unless I just kept it in the garage, driving here and there. But also, I had this thing in my head where it's like, what happens if I'm driving it and something just goes terribly wrong, right? As in, like, people drive pretty crazy nowadays. It's like, I could have got hit, all this jazz. Like, there's a lot. And then those cars, like, you really can't get your money back through insurance. There was a time where I did, but that car, probably not. So it's better just to sell that car and just move on. And also, it's just one thing, is, like, you know how everyone has a 90s Honda? It's like, you always get scared of getting the car jacked, right? You can't take it to Walmart, you can't take it to a grocery store. I mean, you can, but you never know if something bad will happen, or if someone's gonna follow you and then steal your car, right? Versus this car, I literally take this thing, pretty much I can take it anywhere without having to worry too much. Versus, like, my hatch. Like, I'll park this thing at a movie theater and go watch a movie and come back out and it'll be fine. I don't have that mentality anymore. Versus, like, if I get, like, an EK, I'm just like, damn, what's gonna happen? You know. And then the Honda theft is still pretty high nowadays. It's just, they're so easy to take. They're so easy to steal. I've done everything I've done to that car. I do miss that car here and there, but I'm actually glad that I sold it because of me needing to move on. I felt like during the time when I was trying to figure out like my career paths or just what I wanted to do with my life, the hatch was pretty much cock blocking me. I would dump so much money into that car. It was just such a distraction. Now don't get me wrong, I gained a lot of YouTube following from that car. I gained a lot of my following, so that car did a huge impact on my social media and just in general, I guess, my life. But it had to come to a time where I needed to sell it, just like I said, to focus on what I wanted to do in my life. In order for me to buy a house, in order for me to live comfortably, or in order for me to like move out and do all this stuff, like I live up here in Irvine now, and it's just because I was able to sell my hatch and focus a couple months back onto school. That's one reason why I disappeared off of social media for a bit, is just so I can focus on school and just kind of figure out my life situation. I finished the boot camp. I think a lot of you guys still wonder. I finished that boot camp, found a job. Now I'm a front developer. Now I'm living more comfortably versus like back then just working at Honda. Now working at Honda was cool, but didn't really I didn't really make much from it. There was no way for me to like move out comfortably, but I do miss working with Lee at Honda. He's the one that got me the job way back. But now he actually was able to connect me with a account with them. So under LTL Parts, I can get I can get brand new Honda parts, whatever they have in stock, not discontinued. So feel free to send me a message. I can get literally anything that you can still get new. Just to make it short, I guess, or very simple. So my hash to focus on my career, my life goals. Would I build another one? No. Would I? No, maybe, but not right now. I honestly should have kept it because it's worth so much more now. Now, I sold that car 4 or 5 years ago, and I made quite a bit off of it in that time. But versus now, it's worth a lot more. It's crazy how much things have changed. But wow, there's so much cars right now. Why there's so many cars? Also, being able to move up here and kind of just like, you know, do my own thing. It kind of like teaches you a lot. I was talking with my friend Dwayne, the owner of our compound, a while back when I moved up here, or actually a couple months ago. But we were talking about like you need a change of pace in your life. You can't always do the same thing every day. Like as in like. For me, I think living in San Diego for 20 years of my life, I just needed a change of pace because I was 28 and then I just didn't know what to do. Being able to finally like move out up here, like there's so much more things to do up here. There's food, there's more activities, but in general, like moving up here has opened up a lot. It showed me a lot, and it was a nice change of pace because, you know, you can't be stuck in that same town for like all your life. I feel like you need to kind of go explore and see what's out there. That's one reason why like I go travel a lot. Like me and my girlfriend try to go like once a month or once every 2 months, just because it kind of helps, like, I don't know, it just shows you the world. It's a very like, it resets like your mental health. Especially if you're working all the time and, you know, just stuck in the same place all your life. I actually last week I went to Oregon, so if you guys follow me on Instagram, I drove from Irvine. First night we stayed in Yosemite, second night was Lake Tahoe, third night it was Oregon, and we stayed in Oregon for 2 days, and then after that we drove all the way back down. I drove 16 hours straight down. That was crazy, but that was a fun trip. It was me, my girlfriend, and of course my dog Mayo. That was a good life experience. Money, I don't blow it up on my car as much as like back then, like on my hatch. I kind of like, well, I make more now, but overall I still save a lot, and then I will end up spending more money on traveling, because traveling, if you don't travel, like if you need to go, if you haven't ever traveled, you guys should go travel, because it's worth it, man. It's like go to Japan. You can spend what, $1,000, $2,000 on wheels when you can spend $2,000 just to go travel to Japan. I know wheels are cool, like teas and stuff, but I'd rather spend money to go to Japan versus buying wheels. Wheels are always there, but traveling, you know, you can only get so old that you won't be able to, you know, travel anymore or whatever. But take a break from your car, save your money, go buy a plane ticket to Seattle. Seattle has a lot of sick ass builds. If any of my Seattle homes are watching, I need to come visit you guys. But yeah, so let's go fly somewhere. I'm planning on going back to Seattle this year and possibly Japan, probably in like September or something. I don't know, but I'm driving to Best Buy right now to pick up my lens that I ordered. But overall, I think that's it for this video. So just cut it short. Sold my hatch, move on with my life. I just needed to, and now I'm more happier than ever, enjoying my life. And you guys haven't checked out my business, LTLParts.com. Check it out. I have hybrid racing parts, DC Sports. I'm an official dealer for both of them, and of course my carbon shifter plates, which I'll be releasing a new one today. So peace out, guys. Don't listen to others. Just keep building and go travel. Go out and travel. That's my best advice I can give you. Don't let your car distract you. Oh shit.